Good, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, and it is 6:30, so thank you. I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. Township of Nipissing Council meeting Tuesday, October 17th at 6:30 p.m. We'll start with disclosure of pecuniary interest. Seeing none, I'll move on. Councillor Foote sends her regrets tonight. So we'll start with committee reports, and we'll start with Councillor Yem.
I do have one. We had our meeting for the museum, our last one till next April. We approved the museum operating standards at our last meeting. We also had talked about, we've set a date for our Heritage Day, and the theme is the 150th Nipissing Russell Road Heritage Families as well. So we're going to start working on that as a group, and Jillian's going to get involved. But a lot of the old families, when you go back to the Youngs and everybody's kind of related. So we should have some good stories and lots of information. So the date is August 18th. The township, our Fall Fest will be September 14th, and we're going to try and work it in with the trunk sale. So, Will, you haven't had your meeting, have you, for that yet? Do it all at once. So once they have their meeting, we'll let everybody know. We set our budgets for next year for buying all our supplies. So everything is set for that. And we passed for the software package for cataloging for the museum. And that's all I got.
I'm glad to hear about the software package.
Yes.
We needed that
Yes.
for some time. Any questions? If none, we'll go to Councillor Kirky.
All right. We had District Union Public Library meeting last night. We went over the financials a little bit from the fundraiser that we had with Lisa LaFlamme, and what we're possibly going to spend the money on, but we haven't sorted that out yet. This is sort of a windfall event. It was an opportunity for us, so we took. Should there be a parade of lights in Powassan this year? We're not sure if there is going to be one yet. We're working on that. They will be putting in a float in the parade. Also, the grants, the Northern Grants update, they approved stage 1, and that'll be a $30,694 grant. That'll be for lights, a heat pump, accessibility update, and a hitching rail for the library. Working on the resiliency fund, the Trillium Fund. It has to be in by October 23rd, and that'll be for technologies update, computers and stuff, and probably a new printer. We're going to reapply for that seniors grant that we tried last year to get busing from the seniors homes to the downtown. So we're reapplying for that. Most of the stuff is done for that. It's just a matter of updating everything on it. And the public libraries grant, it's a $22,000 grant. We're applying for that, and it'll be for operations. And we're updating the advertising for room rentals. We don't have a budget draft yet, but we're working on that. And next month we'll be doing a policy report. Friends of the Library donated $1,000 to repair some chairs, and we got a good deal on the lady who's doing them, as giving us basically the cost of materials. And November 4th, a Friends craft sale. This is a crafting materials sale. Will be on November 4th. And also our open house I have it written here somewhere. I believe the open house was going to be on November 4th as well. I'll have to get back to everybody on that one. Yeah. But we're all invited to the open house. And I'll get back to everybody on that. I'm sure I wrote it down, probably on my phone. Anyway, that's all I have. Oh, here we go. Friday, December the 15th, open house 1 to 5.
December the 15th? Because I won a puzzle last year. Still haven't got it together. 500 pieces though. Okay, any questions for Councillor Curtin? Councillor Butler?
Nothing this time.
Okay, we had our 32nd East Home Build meeting, October 12th, and you'll be glad to hear we're nearing completion. We're at the process now of auditing the money spent, because after October 23rd, we should be at substantial completion, waiting for 2 fire rated windows. And as soon as those are in, we'll be substantially completed. So the next meeting will be to be determined, because then they're gonna go over everything with the contractor, windows, BRL, all of the subcontractors, and hopefully that will be it. But so we're holding off on meeting number 33. And secondly, today, we had a Pines meeting. The capital projects completed this year is the makeup air system, the landscaping, the retaining wall, carpet runners, security cameras, and it seems almost yearly they need block heater timers out in the parking lot. Okay, the remaining funding is to be used by November 30th. So they're looking at, it's funny, they got new washers and dryers and just leveled them up themselves. And these are the industrial ones. Every few days, they shimmy enough that they move and the coins won't go in anymore. So they have to lift them up and get them level again. So now they're going to actually look at the proper laundry pedestals that go underneath them. So that'll avoid that. And they're also looking at 16 fire extinguishers, because they were somewhere 2023, 2024, and 2025. But I was gonna ask the chief, can you not get fire extinguishers refilled?
You can get them serviced every 6 and 12 years, depending on the age of them.
Okay, so if they're not overdue, you could just get them recharged, or, okay, that was mentioned. For the staff, we supported a cost of living increase, but we haven't decided what the cost of living is yet. Also increase in rates for outside employees or contract employees. And DSAB is coming to our next meeting to look at the possibility of expanding the Pines. And the meeting after that, we have one investment, and those people are going to come and discuss how we should invest. And we did improve or approve the garden beds for next year, which was a pretty hot topic, but we've approved 3 of them for next year. And our next meeting is November 21st. So till then, it should be clear sailing. So any questions? If not, let us move on to number 3 on our agenda, to adopt the minutes of the meeting held October 3rd. And if there's nothing, I move her in second. Oh, you guys are quick over there. Okay. Councillor Butler and Councillor Kirky. So it's number R 2023-196, moved by Councillor Butler, seconded by Councillor Kirky, that the minutes of the council meeting held October 3rd, 2023 be adopted as published. All in favor? Carried. Number 4, this is a resolution that we looked at last week's council meeting. And it was about catch and release. We thought that we should support this. So a mover and a seconder, Councillor Yam, Councillor Butler, and then I will read it and see if there's any comment or questions. It's number R 2023-197, moved by Councillor Yam, seconded by Councillor Butler, that the Council of the Township of Nipissing supports the Town of Midland resolution passed September 6, 2023, requesting the federal and provincial governments investigate meaningful improvements to the current Ontario legal system, which results in catch and release justice, exhausting the resources that are already overburdened. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Carried. Okay, number 5, conference attendance in 2024. And most of you called in, which was great. Right now we have myself and, well, possibly myself and Chris Croskery Hodgins at Rural Ontario Municipal Association Conference, Councillor Yem at Good Roads, Councillors Kirky and Butler at Phenom, and Councillor Kirky, possibly Chris, and possibly me at Association or AMO in the summer. And I guess these can all change if anything comes up in the meantime. And is there anything there that we need to correct at this time? If not, I'll ask the mover and the seconder, and we'll pass it, okay? Councillor Kirky and Councillor Ian. So it's number R 2023-198, moved by Councillor Kirky, seconded by Councillor Yem, that we authorize attendance at 2024 municipal conferences. All in favor? Carried. Okay. Next one, and you'll notice in all of these, the next 1, 2, 3 things we have here, a lot of writing, a lot of words, a lot to read, but I know you've all read them, and everything in this right to the engineering report. And this is regarding the foundation repair for the Nipissing Township Museum office building for circulation. So I'll get a mover and seconder and then ask if there are any comments or questions. Councillor Butler and Councillor Kirky. So this is number R 2023-199, moved by Councillor Butler, seconded by Councillor Kirky, that we approve RFQ 2023-01 foundation repair Nipissing Township Museum office building for circulation. The successful bid is expected to be included in the 2024 municipal budget. Now, any conversation, comments, or questions? Councillor Kirky.
So we expect to have a report on this before the end of the year. Is that the expectation?
Yes, it will close in December so that we can look at that figure to be included in the 2024 budget. And it will help for any grant applications as well if we have an actual quote.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We have the best people that live in our township to do that.
We'll be
I don't
posting
think-
it publicly.
Yeah, be anywhere near a doubt what engineering people think.
Yeah.
Are we gonna put a heater under that in that crawl space this winter?
The request for quotation will include all of that
Okay,
Yeah. Heater,
for
styrofoam,
proposals, yeah.
insulation, everything there.
This isn't the first time over the years that this has been done, right? The foundation of the building.
The other side went when we had it repaired.
It's still good, last report.
That might have been the last time you were
Mhm.
on. Circular. Any other comments or questions? If not, I'll say all in favor. Carried. And the next one, and again, this came up at our last meeting where it was suggested all in committees and outside reports that we should have. This has been a number of years, hasn't it?
It's every 7 years seems to be the cycle.
Yeah, okay. And this is a request for proposal for a human resources consultant to go over compensation, pay equity, and policy review. And again, very lengthy document. And as I read it, a lot to this, but I'm glad to see that we're doing everything well and according to what is suggested. So thank you. So I'll get a mover and seconder and then ask if there are any questions or comments. Councillor Yem and Councillor Kirky. So it's number R 2023-200. Moved by Councillor Yem, seconded by Councillor Kirky, that we authorize the circulation of a request for proposal for a human resources consultant, compensation, pay equity, and policy review, the project to be included in the 2024 municipal budget. So we get it out now so we can look at it for budget time. So comments or questions? Okay, then I'll say all in favor. Carried. Thank you. And next, approve the 2023 accessibility plan. And again, we all had that in our package. And
I did circulate another copy by email, just including the pictures from the playground.
Yeah.
That came later. That was the only change.
so I'll ask again, a mover and a seconder, and then, okay, we'll go that side. And then we'll see if there's any comment or discussion. This is number R 2023-201, moved by Councillor Butler, seconded by Councillor Kirky, that we approve the updated Township of Nipissing multi-year accessibility plan for 2023 as presented. Any comments or questions, Councillor Kirky?
So this here is supposed to go till 2025, am I correct?
Accessibility for Ontario, Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act has called for compliance by 2025, so a completely accessible Ontario by 2025.
Okay, and,
But this plan gets reviewed annually.
okay, and to this end, we've met all the criteria for this so far, right? Okay. That's all I have.
And I finished the comprehensive review document that was due for 2023 today as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything has been included. And if we have other comments or questions or people needing, and again, this is, comes to almost individually, anybody needing, you know, other special requests, whatever, we are always open to those at that time, you know.
Whenever there's a request for any kind of accommodation, we usually make it right away. And then we include it in the report once it's done. So the first time we ever received a request was when we used to have the office in the old configuration with the old desk. It was too dark. And so for a visual impairment, it was too dark to see in there. So we removed the whole desk and opened it up and included more lighting, and that worked well. And then we just received a request this year about our debit machine was an older debit machine, and you couldn't lift it up because it was attached to a cord that was really old, so they couldn't visually get to the screen, and it wasn't an updated screen. So we've updated that to a wireless machine.
So again, we attempt to meet everyone's needs. So any other comments or questions? If not, I'll ask for all in favor. Carried. Oh, is this part of it?
That's
Okay.
yours.
Okay, next is correspondence. And the first one, and not being in quorum, I asked Councillor Butler today on the way out if he felt he was confident in being able to determine the prerequisites to being a childcare educator. And he didn't think he was, and this is a problem I have with this first letter. They're asking us, saying that we should make it easier and determine what qualifications are for childcare. I don't believe I'm qualified to do that, and we could send this on to Phenom or AMO. But as far as determining what you need to pass the childcare, high quality childcare is essential for families to balance work and family responsibilities. And I agree, it is high quality and definitely needed, but I'm not qualified to say what qualifications you do need, you know? Yes.
Isn't there a system in place, like an early childhood education courses and stuff like that?
Yes. But this particular mayor believes that it is too stringent and he wants the rules changed. And it's not a resolution from council. This is just a letter.
Okay. But the rules became stringent because the loosey-goosey childcare thing was sometimes falling off the rails before, and people were getting hurt, getting lost, getting abused, and all of that fine stuff. So shouldn't we stick with what we already have that's been in place? It's been working.
I agree. And if we all agree, then we will not forward this. And there's nothing to support. It's just an information item, but I just wanted to point out that I don't think I'm qualified to determine what the education needs are of the students of Ontario, despite 32 years in high school. I probably know less. And then number 2 in the correspondence is rec committee, and we already had that report 2 weeks ago. And then minutes of the Nipissing Township Museum Board, which we had 2 weeks ago as well. And we've had another one since, so that pretty much covers all the correspondence. So I'll ask for a mover and a seconder. Okay, Councillor Butler and Councillor Kirky. And it's number R 2023-202, moved by Councillor Butler, seconded by Councillor Kirky, that we accept correspondence as presented. All in favor? There. Next, we have the statement of accounts dated the 3rd, 12th, and 13th. Mover and the seconder, and then I'll ask if there is any comments or questions. Guys, quick. So it's number R 2023-203, moved by Councillor Yam, seconded by Councillor Butler, the statements of accounts dated October 3rd, 12th and 13th, 2023, totaling $180,422.67 be approved. I know you got it in your package the other day, but if you have any questions, Councillor Kirky?
Legal fees, is that a single price? Is that the single cost, or is that an interim cost?
That was up to that date. That
Up
was
to that
before
date.
we had
Okay,
at our meeting.
all right.
And the follow up after that went well?
We didn't really speak. Everything seemed to be going well
Oh, good. So there's no more after that.
at this
Great.
point.
At this point, yeah,
At this point,
yeah, today,
Qualify that.
yeah. 5 to 7 on Tuesday night. Okay, so any other questions? In that case, it was moved by Councillor M, seconded by Councillor Butler, all in favor, carried. Okay. The confirming bylaw confirms everything we've had. I've lost my agenda, but I assume that's where we are
That's
now.
where we're at, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, let's in that pile there. So move over into seconder, okay? Counselor Kirky, Counselor Yan. It's number R 2023-204, moved by Counselor Kirky, seconded by Counselor Yan, that we pass bylaw number 2023-42, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council at its meeting held on October 17th, 2023, read the first, second, and third time and passed this 17th day of October 2023. All in favor? Carried. And okay, need a mover and seconder for the adjourning, Councillor Butler and Councillor Yan. Thank you ever so much. It's number R 2023-205, moved by Councillor Butler, seconded by Councillor Yan, that the meeting be adjourned at 6:58 p.m. Next regular meeting to be held November 14th, 2023. All in favor? Carried unanimously.